Nearly 2 years ago, I happened upon sunshine. After pulling out my copy of the Maine Gazetteer on a February morning, right before Valentine's Day, I playfully asked my ancestors to show me a spot to watch the sunrise. As if pulled by a magnet, my drive from Blue Hill led me past ice sheets reflecting Madal, the Penobscot word for that red glow on the horizon before sunrise, and to an outcropping of granite rocks on Deer Isle facing east. I watched the sunrise on a new day, and I felt a sense of familiarity and belonging. Over the last few winters, I had struggled with an eating disorder and had been feeling a little lost. Each day had become overpowered by calculating calories and depriving myself of nourishment. I felt like my life had been on pause, pushed off course by the pandemic, and things that I had hoped for hadn't materialized. At 28, I pictured that I'd be married, with a house, thinking of starting a family. Recently heartbroken after a situationship fell apart, old eating habits had returned. Reconnecting with ancestral places on the coast through photography and writing had become a way to pour my energy into something nurturing. And that morning, watching the sunrise colors dance on the calm ripples of the ocean felt like an embrace. I returned to this old place in sunshine often over the next few months, and in November, a small cabin even became available for rent in that very spot. Looking to recenter myself on Deer Isle, this unexpected opportunity was just what I've been hoping for. So along with my 4-month-old English setter, Nellie, I embarked on this new start, a new arrival. Watching the seasons change from fall to winter and settling into a new place brought with it excitement and some challenges too. In the following months, I watched my puppy Nellie grow up while she explored this new landscape. Waking up every morning to watch the sunrise on sunshine became our new routine. After guzzling a quick cup of coffee and bundling up, sometimes sprinting to the shore, we'd catch the colors as they developed on the horizon, waiting as the crisp golden light rose above Swans Island. Nellie preferred looking for a good stick to chew on and play fetch with, but I still welcomed her company. Only a few Wabanaki people have had the opportunity to return to live on our coastal islands. These places are like friends that we've lived in relationship with for thousands of years, hundreds of generations. And for the past couple centuries, our lifeways in this connection have been interrupted. Living in the place that my ancestors called home for thousands of years awakened that ancestral memory. There's something remarkable about experiencing a connection that transcends time. Daily walks along the shores dotted with shell mounds, tangible remnants of their presence. Sunshine is one of the most beautiful places I've ever visited, and certainly the most beautiful I've ever called home. It is also the place where I felt the most lonely. I pondered the contrast of what life would have once been like for my Wabanaki ancestors in community versus the loneliness that was becoming increasingly present being away from those who understood me and my culture. Behind our island's remarkable beauty, I encountered these personal struggles that forced me to confront my own vulnerabilities. The familiar fear of being alone, not just alone for a year, but alone for life. And as someone who had considered herself to be an introvert, I began to crave human interaction. It was difficult for me to connect with other young people and form meaningful sense of community. And as someone hoping to meet the love of my life and start a family, I realized Deer Isle is perhaps not the best place for that to happen. Above all, I learned that living alone and in such a remote place is not without its challenges and moments of inner turmoil and sadness. When I moved to Sunshine, I wanted to make a life here. I was drawn by the opportunity to live in close connection with nature and to live a simpler way of life. As the years spanned on, I began to challenge beliefs about the life I thought I wanted. In Wabanaki culture, we have stories about Gluskabe, who restores balance when people or animals were living outside of it. For me, I felt like this was one of those moments. I had all of the beauty in the natural world right before me, a location that many people dream of living in. But the scale was tipped in one direction, while being deficient in what I learned that I craved the most. The year that I spent on Sunshine has helped me to envision the future that I actually want for myself. I want to live in a community, to be surrounded by people who see me, to fall in love, while still balancing my desire to live in close connection to nature. In this time of isolation, I found reflection and direction that will help me to move closer to this place, even if I don't know where it is. Clarity is such a gift. This chapter of my life, beautiful and bittersweet, is like saying see you later to a part of myself that I will never meet again. And as forever changed from this experience, I have grown. While I haven't found myself, I know myself better. And most importantly, I didn't lose myself along the way. It may not all be sunshine and roses, but my life has been forever changed by sunshine and its roses.